No one in my position would have given me this fight. Hardest opponent for many reasons. Bragging rights in beating one take. How's that bragging rights in beating one take? This is his lottery ticket, and I've given him that.
This is definitely the most intense Gully's Corner we've had so far. What's good, people? What's happening? Right now, it's not the red corner, it's not the blue corner, it's the Gully Corner, presented by myself, D Gully. DFC 2 Valhalla is going to be a war, and we're joined today by one of the combatants in the main event. Some may even say this card has been built around him. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by the one and only SK. How you doing, my bro?
Good, thank you.
Great. Good, thank you for coming, bro. Welcome to the Gully Corner. All right, listen. First thing I want to know, SK, is you were in the house for DFC 1. What were your opinions of that card?
It's a phenomenal card, you know. It's the first ever Don's boxing card.
Sure. And
to see all the boys, obviously from the T-Ray gym, and obviously the other fighters can compete. It was really something different for me, because that's all I've ever wanted for the boxing community. When I came into this game, I wanted to see genuine fighters. I want to fight every week, and to see boys get a platform that they deserve to fight on a card like the Dons is nothing short of amazing.
How did it feel to not be on the card though yourself that night?
A tough one to take, a bit of pill to swallow. Because I just come from the back of winning the Quest belt in September, and where I went into that fight with already an injury, and it just worsened in the fight. So obviously telling by the doctors I wasn't able to do anything for 2-3 months.
Sure.
So missing out on a card like that, for me, it's horrible. Especially seeing the talent that was on the show. Yep. It's something that I definitely would have thrived on.
I respect that, man. Well, so obviously DFC 2, see, that's a whole different situation. You're very much involved in this one. Obviously, those of us who were at DFC 1, we saw that one take took a fight, very short notice, came away with a draw, which was fair, and then he had some things to say. Obviously, he called you out. Obviously, those of us who were in attendance, you know, we could see that, you know, it was really hot. The energy was really fierce, you know. I think it translates through the footage as well on the YouTube. What were your thoughts in that moment, bro?
Well, to call me out after a draw, quite outlandish when you think about it, but one thing I respect is a fighting man, and you call me out in my backyard, I'm going to show up. I'm a fighter first. Forget about YouTube, forget about football, forget about everything. I'm a fighter first. So you wanted to fight, he got the fight.
Yeah. So my question is, are you familiar with him as a fighter?
No, not at all. No, not at all. That night was the very first night that I seen him perform, and then he's calling me after a draw. So in my opinion, he's to show up on 48 hours notice in itself is commendable, and it makes me just hungry for this fight, because this is my hometown. I've had to travel all over the place for a whole year and fight people in their backyard. I've had to compete against fighters that have had more experience than me. Because let's have it outright, I've not fought anyone that I have any more experience than them. So not one fighter I've fought against I've had more experience than them, and they've always had more experience than me. And the odds have always been against me, and I've always come out with a victory.
So you say you've been an underdog so far?
In my head, we're never underdogs. In the gym, we're gonna win always. You don't I never sign a fight to be an underdog. Right. But I'm just going off what the casuals and everyone would say. Yeah, I've been boxing for a year and a bit, and I'm in there with fighters I've been boxing their whole life.
Well, it looks like it's going very well so far, bro.
The record says it for itself. 5 fights, 5 wins.
Emphatic. So my question I want to know regarding this one take, obviously you were not in the crowd at the time when he had his fight at the last card. Obviously you were backstage. Does that mean that you didn't actually see the fight itself?
No, I was there at the fight. I was in the corner watching the fight.
Oh, you were able to take it in?
It's what I do. I'm a fighter. I watch all the fights. I analyse fights. I analyse people's strengths, people's weaknesses. I'm not just sitting there cheering and just sat there. I watched that fight in detail, and I watched it again and again. When he called me out, I'm locked into this fight. This is the only fight I've cared about. You can ask Flips, ask everyone. You call me out, I want to fight. So he said, yeah, fight us, cool. Then the promotion said that I'll be fighting at middleweight. Like, you can't make middleweight. No worries. I'll go up and wait and fight you your weight. That's the kind of fighter man I am. I don't make no excuses. I will be there on weight, no excuses, always showing up. That's the kind of fighter man I am. I've had to earn everything I've got. I've earned. No one's given me nothing from day one. I've had to fight for everything I've got. So one take, you've been given the opportunity of a lifetime. The opportunity of a lifetime, even on the back of a draw. No one in my position would have given me this fight. No one. The only would have done? No. I'm a fighting man. He wants to fight me, I'm there. And that's what everyone will know me. When it's all said and done, I showed up. And I always show up.
You know, from the 5 fights that you've had so far, I know you've said that the opponents may have been more experienced or had a longer tenure so far than you in boxing. From what you saw from One Take's fight at DFC 1, where do you feel this is going to stand in terms of the most difficult fight that you've had so far? Do you think this has the potential to be the biggest challenge?
Potential, but I don't think it is. But potential, because I can't take anything on 48 hours notice. God knows how many weeks I had to train. He had a full camp for this one.
Sure.
So I know he'll be ready. Like I've been ready. I've been locked in camp, training hard.
That was my next question.
So the fighters I fought against, especially I'll say Harvey, hardest opponent for many reasons. He can box, he can move, he can box you at range, box you up close, slip and slide. Many things in that fight, I learned that from that fight. And I studied it for weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks. That's what I do. I'm obsessed with this game. This is all I do. It's all I think about is boxing. I don't do nothing else. I know nothing else. I know nothing else. I do nothing else. All I do is box and fight. Where I'm going in this boxing game is to the top. I'm going to the top. And this game needs fighters like me. Fighters that will fight anyone on any notice. What am I gaining from this fight?
That's a fair question.
What am I gaining from this fight? Me being one, what am I gaining? I'm gaining honour for myself. This fight for me, for no one else. This fight is simply for me, no one else.
Would you say that for your opponent, it could be a matter of bragging rights being on the line?
Bragging rights in being one take. How's that bragging rights in being one take?
Would you say that there are bragging rights for him if?
So like I said from day one, this is his lottery ticket, and I've given him that. No one else has. I've given him that because I'm a fireman. I have given that. So this fight means everything to me. This fight, every fight means absolutely everything to me. So I train for this fight like I'm training for a title. I'm not underestimating him in any way. I don't care about that fight he had for what, October 22nd? I remember October 22nd. I don't care about that fight he had because that's not the one take that'll be here for this fight. He'll be the very best one take you'll see, and you'll see the very best SK you'll see, and that's what I'm preparing for. I'm preparing for a 4-round war with one take. I know he's coming, and he should know I'm coming. So March 4th, the fans should be really looking forward to this fight because you have 2 fighters that will leave it all in the ring and want to win and nothing else. So tune in because this will be a masterclass.
Are we dropping him? Are we winning on points? How do we see?
5 fights I've had, 5 people have failed. He'll be number 6.
That's fair. That's fair. This is definitely the most intense Gully's Corner we've had so far.
I've been in camp this whole time. It's all I know. I'm done with talking. I'm ready to fight. If you tell me to fight tomorrow, I'll fight tomorrow. Tell me to fight now, I'll fight now. That's where I'm at now. I'm a fighting man. Fuck YouTube. Fuck it. I don't want clout. I don't want none of that. I want to be the best fighter in the world. I want to be known. It's all said and done that I can fight and I'm the best fighter in the world. That's where I'm going towards. I study this game. I analyze this game. It's all I care about. This is what people don't understand. When they signed to fight me, when they talk of me, they talk me like I'm a YouTuber. They talk me like I'm a guy, I'm a gimmick.
Well, I think there are always going to be critics. There's always going to be detractors. And people, in some cases, may lean on the fact that as a public figure, for some people, you came to prominence more through the football endeavours.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Everything I've earned. Everything we have at the Dons we've earned. No one's given us nothing. And that's the problem. That's what people can't stand. Is that no one's given us anything, and we've earned them. We had to graft, fight, bleed, sweat for it. Everything. Everyone knows me. Everyone knows what I'm about. Go in the gym. I live in the gym. I don't do nothing else. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for followers. I'm doing this for honour. I'm doing this for the bragging rights. I'm doing this for my club, my family. I'm doing this for everything. I'm fine. To March 4th, I'm fine for everything.
You know, SK, I've known you for a while, and I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen you like this. I don't think I've ever felt this energy from you. It's serious.
Boxing's serious.
Think so?
Boxing's very, very serious.
Think so?
And we're in a game where many fighters aren't serious. And everyone will get exposed. Everyone will get exposed. And I've lived the life of boxing. I've lived the life of boxing, and this is good. You see some of the footage behind the scenes. That's just half of the footage you see, man. I ain't got to say. My resume says it for itself. So I'm taking it very, very seriously because he's a very, very serious opponent that wants to take everything I have. And I'm not letting that happen. No way.
Who would you say goes into this fight with more pressure, bro?
You can look at it two ways. This is my very first fight in my hometown, and I can't wait. And I've had pressure since day one through the boxing journey. Everyone wants to see me get knocked out. Everyone wants, and I've had that pressure. But then Wante's got a big pressure here because he's called me out. He's called me out, so he's got to really show the people, and he's got to show me on March 4th why he's called me out.
So you know when. SK, you know, there's been some fights in like British and world history where the animosity has been so rife that it's like you almost can't imagine either side losing. Almost like I think about Eubank versus Ben. More recently, I think about even with Wilder and Fury. Like the animosity was so at a boiling point, and it was almost like you almost feel like neither person can possibly lose. My question is, you know, I hate to ask so soon, but even from the position of potentially the victor, like, is a rematch, is that potentially?
To the pressure for anything.
Yeah.
In boxing, you know, I never shut down anything down or shy away from anything. But March 4th, the fans are in for a real treat because, again, like I said, you got two fighters that want to leave it all on the line, and I've got to give everything, and that's what we're here for. So everyone tune in because you got two fighters, like I said, me and One Take, that really want to win this fight. So like again, tune in.
You know, at some point, SK, right, I'm gonna have One Take in the gully corner, right? At some point. Do you have any words for him, live and direct?
See you March 4th.
Listen. This is a man of very few words, but he's heavy on the action. Yeah, DFC 2, it's gonna be a war. If you thought DFC 1 was a war, you ain't got any idea. Listen, SK, thank you for sitting down. I wish you the best of luck in DFC 2.
God bless.
You too.
Thank you.